And welcome, Randomania. Have a little bit of Final Fantasy Randomizer Saturday night shenanigans for you. This, ladies and gentlemen, is not an exhibition match. This is not a look back at the tournament flags or a look ahead to our league flags. This is a grudge match. On your left, you have Mr. WillCleosis, a fan favorite. The Dragon Slayer himself throwing down the gauntlet to ROMulysses. ROMulysses, a very, very new player to Final Fantasy Randomizer. Number one, far and away, SRL points. WillCleosis not liking that, telling him, no, sir, no, sir, no, sir. You are too young, you are too new. Going to try to put Rom in his place. Tonight we have Shadow Walker and Sawney on our tracking, and next to me, Mr. Versetti. You could argue a Padawan of WillCleosis in Team Vorpal.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Demon. Pleasure to be here. This is gonna be really exciting tonight. There's a lot going on that we got to talk about, Demon.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. This is a floor, entrance, town. Pretty much every bell and whistle we have is going to get turned on for this one.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy. We got random weapons and armor, including the caster items in the elite gear. Unsafe pirates are on. Enemy skills and spells, status attacks, unrunnable formations. All this stuff is just gloriousness.
Yeah, we have. Let's see here. Extended open progression. So we have some ports dotted in. We got some rivers moved. Required war mech. So in order to defeat Tiamat, you're going to need to kill war mech. The stats. I love the stat sliders. Enemy stats up to 250, boss stats up to 300%. Lowered encounter rate, but a pretty generous experience boost. It's going to let our runners go ahead, get around where they need to get, maybe find that really awesome trap tile. Get those levels. They're going to need them for 300%.
Oh, they sure are. And, the experience does increase 10% per key item, so that is something that our runners are going to be wanting to look out for. Get them a little bit of extra experience, because with having, those enemy stats and boss stats being so high, we could see some pretty nasty enemies tonight.
Yeah, that progressive scaling really does kind of... It's an interesting thing for how you're going to... how and when you're going to grind. You find that good trap tile early, you may be tempted to go ahead and start grinding, get those levels early, but with progressive scaling, 10% per key item, you're usually better off just trying to get by with what you can scrape by with level-wise, get those key items, and come back when you're getting a lot more per encounter.
Absolutely. Looks like we have a forced black mage and a forced black belt this evening. Going to see some good strats with those. It looks like both of our runners are choosing to take a red mage. We do have Will starting off here, taking the fighter. And they're going straight to Coneria, which is Cardia Island.
And an Excalibur would have been nice. An Aegis, that would have been fantastic if either one of us took a fighter.
No kidding.
Now, one thing with when we do have the whole floor entrance shuffle, Corneria will always be Corneria, and Rue's swords for sale.
Excalibur for
That'll
sale?
be nice. Corneria will always be Corneria, so you have access to some level 1 magic and a weapon shop, and there will be one non-encounter area in this first area. Let's see what we got. Level 1 nuke, level 1 quad X. That looking to potentially really favor ROMulysses. He's going to have an extra nuke caster if he ever gets the tail and a cure 4 in level 1 too.
Fog 2, that's a good one. Got a couple of good houses. 2200, a little expensive. Tents are pretty cheap though. Pures are really cheap. Wow, 8 gold for those. Yeah, he sold his Excalibur to get some money to buy some spells, and there we go, nuke level 1. Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Oh, I did notice WillCleosis does have a fighter. I didn't realize he did have that fighter. So he is going to be able to make use of that Excalibur and that Aegis.
Yeah, well, yeah, Will took the fighter, and it does look like Rom took the thief.
All right, well, right there we might have some potential strategy chains between the two. With this high of a percent, you could have the knight up front taking the hits, protecting that black belt. Looks like Rom's going to have that black belt be the killer. And we're both going to trek up north, and we're going to see what entrances we can find.
Oh, there's another Cardi Island one right there. Okay.
There's some great finds. Gives you a little bit of starting money.
So they're going to have to head over towards the Dwarf Cave to see what's going on over that way, because in the castle, there was one of the Cardia Isle entrances, and then in the Temple of Fiends, there was another Cardia Isle entrance, or excuse me, spot. So we're gonna...
With both of the open progression check boxes ticked, they're going to have access all the way down to Marsh Cave and the Elfland entrances to check. So they got 5 more entrances from here that they can go ahead and start finding that first bit of progression.
Absolutely. That's what we're looking for. Got to find something, because it's kind of dead right around the start area, except for, the nuke was nice, the Excal, all that's real good. Will using a tent, heading to the Dwarf Cave, it looks like.
Yep, we're pretty...
And we've got the
Corneria Castle.
And we've got the King with the Canoe.
And there is our progression that'll open up the entire southern continent for both of our runners.
Absolutely. Get a bit of an intro here. Little different than the vanilla, but still, I think it's a better intro now, because it's customized.
And look, let's see if Rom does it too. Not quite as much. That veteran move. Every time you enter or exit a lake tile, that is a free step. You can use that to your advantage, get a couple of free extra steps.
And the Northwest Castle goes to Castle Ordeals. And we've got Rom going. They're both same move. And then we got Marsh Cave going into Melmond. All right. Oh my.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at this level 5 magic, see if there's anything they need to kind of keep an eye on.
Nothing real exciting in the black magic shop at the moment. Oh, Fogstaff, 17K. Yes, Zozo Melmond is indeed on.
Zozo Melmond is arguably my second favorite funny flag we have. You see all those those lighter colored tiles in Fast Gauntlet.
Oh wow, yeah, Fire 2 shirt. That's not bad, but the real winner is that Fast Gauntlet. Well, I bet you Will's writing that down. And we've got Pirates.
Pirates is, amusingly enough, one of the encounters.
Oh, and they're mute pirates. Oh man. And we've got, it looks like Rom is in. That is the 2nd floor of Earth Cave. I didn't see where he entered. That must have been Elfland.
It appeared to be Elfland Town. Elfland Town, it looked like.
Oh my. And then that goes to the lower levels of the volcano.
He's going to try to dig this lower level dungeon, and it's going to be a rod block. We're going to need a rod to go anywhere in Elfland Town. So our progression, and then there is Ice Cave.
Elfland Castle is the Ice Cave, okay. Let's see what we got for... Oh, Imps and Grimps. There we go. Not too bad.
Yep, that's one thing that you have to kind of unlearn, is you do want to be checking those trap tiles with Trap Tile Shuffle, find that good grind spot. So
absolutely.
So we have either Ice Cave or Castle Ordeals is going to be another potential bit of progression. Could be that floater they're looking for.
Mm-hmm. It looks like on the normal... Ooh. Ouch. I was gonna say that's normally the Frost Wolf, Frost Dragon, or a Frost Dragon tile right there, but he got something a little different. And we got and look, Mr. V takes a nap. Way to go, buddy.
Yeah, looks like Rom said that's enough. I'm a little too low level. I'm gonna start taking some encounters, get some levels, and kind of map out the rest of this lower continent. Which I
It's like,
agree
I'm
with,
outta here.
because there you go, level 2. You found Provoca.
There
That's
we go,
huge.
yes.
It's level 2 magic. That's a key item.
Ooh, X4, harm 3, heal 2.
Ice 3, Fire 3, level 2. That'll be nice. You can throw those out against things you don't necessarily need the nuke against, and conserve
Exactly.
charges.
Exactly. Nuke mowing down the ogres on Will's side here. Getting a couple much needed levels. Hitting level 5 it looks like. Will's gonna keep going. It looks like we may be getting a look at the pirates here. And mute pirates, yeah. Oh my.
Mute Pirates is...
Oh, he got a fire 3 off though. Will checking the chest and the earth floor that he's on. Nothing too exciting.
This is kind of interesting. There's 3 different spots, and then we see here we got the herb.
Oh, Bicky
Out of
with the dank
Provoca.
herb. See, now we know what those pirates are carrying on their ship. Dank herb.
Take a look at this armor shop. Anything? Saber shirt. I mean, you have everything you want.
Yeah, no kidding.
You got
Looks
Ruse,
like,
Fast, and Saber on castable items.
it looks like Will's gonna check the chest down here in the vampire floor.
Nah, I think he was just
Wizards
trying to
with-
see what he could
Did you
see.
see
It
the-
was a 1 hit point.
Wizards have toxic.
Yeah, that's going to be not fun. I think Will's just making some notes so he knows that, all right, Elfland is going to be that rod block, so I know when I get the rod, I can come back and dig that out a little bit more.
Well,
And
it's
we
very
still
important
have-
to be, got to be taking notes on this thing, because I'm taking notes, and I have the hardest time following this randomizer thing if I don't. It's so a lot going on. Yeah. Looks like Will may be giving us our look into pressing his Provoca.
Yeah, Rom just made the decision to dip out a little bit ahead of Will, so that gave him this early advantage. And look, Rom doing, again, another for a new guy, veteran move. He took that tent at that juncture.
Yep.
Went left, he's going to
Well-
check it. It's Crescent Lake. There's another
Yes.
bit of progression on this lower continent.
Some flame armor there. Oh, got a cure hammer in there, but that's nothing special. Ooh, level 6 fade.
And nothing to write home about in the black magic. Let's go see what our friends, the confused old men. This is my favorite flag.
Mine too. Mine too. I'm one of these guys. I'm on the far right. That's me. I'm just confused as all heck walking around. And there it is.
And
The floater.
man, that's kind of crazy because I don't know that I would have done this. I feel like I may have taken a couple fights and ordeals, try to dig that out because with level 1 nuke you might make it happen. But the right call was to just move on, and now the world is open.
Absolutely. He's gonna go. He's gonna beeline to his airship right away.
And now you almost have a bit of analysis paralysis. You have the whole world, but you have to explore it because you don't know where any of these entrances are going to go. Where do you go? Do you
Yep.
go back and do the stuff that you know what it is? Do you just, in this kind of situation with an early airship, I like to go just map out every entrance and then from there work out my strategy moving forward.
Yeah, that's usually what I try to do as well. I still hit Stardust Cave. I still hit the Titan's Tunnel, east and west entrances. You know, I'll stop by the by the Earth Cave real quick, hit a few of the Cardia Island ones. Awful lot to be done there, you know.
Yeah, the Cardia Isles is just for entrance and floor shuffle. There's a ton of entrances to check. It's a great place to you can get a lot of checks in, see if you find any more towns, any more key items, check some item shops, armor shops. Maybe you find the nuke shirt.
Well, now we already know that 2 of those entrances are not going to be what they're supposed to be, vanilla-wise. Because we've already seen those 2. Oh, and it looks like Rom's going right to the Ice Cave. And we've got Sea Palace, or Sea Shrine.
Yeah, like this, he's gonna try to see what he can dig out. He just dropped a save. He's got a couple nukes in the bank. There's a lot of there's a couple of trap tiles on this floor that you can check out. See if any of them tickles his fancy. Arachnid's not going to be what he's looking for.
No, but he can put him down quick and keep moving. And it looks like Will is
pretty beefy arachnids at that. 8 of fire 3.
And it looks like Will is not going down to the volcano. Which of course goes to the Crescent Lake where the floater is. Oh, good call, Will. Good call.
Oh, that's one thing I saw Rom missed was there's in that room he was just in, there's actually 2 different trap tiles you can check. He checked the one that ended up being arachnid, did not check the one that's above it. Found a cure hammer and just a troll trap tile. Nothing good so far.
No. And there's the lit 2 gauntlet. But that's what the Zeus Gauntlet is anyway. It's lightning too, so that's nothing too special.
The only difference, if it ended up being the Power Gauntlet, the Power Gauntlet's equipable by the fighter, while the Zeus Gauntlet is not equipable until after class promotion. That's one of the things that, honestly, Philip's having a bit of a hard time with figuring out how to identify those items, the white shirts and the gauntlets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. It could be either or. You never know for sure. And we'll just... Oh, look, I was the guy holding the floater today. How about that? I'm not confused, old man.
We'll give it a little bit of fan service.
Heck yeah. Yeah, he's definitely happy about that one. And now we've got the waterfall, looks like.
There's yet another piece of progression that's going to be on the robot, along with a trap tile and a bunch of chests. They're going to have everything they need just from the lower continent.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it looks like Will's going to beeline right for his airship. We know that. And then he's going to take off. Now, I'm curious to see where Will's going to go. Is he going to go hit the ice cave, or is he going to go maybe the Sarda and off to the west route?
Well, we're going to see here in a moment that he might eventually have to make his way to Ice Cave with that robot having a key item.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing about full entrance shuffle is normally you're like, oh, well, you need the Oxio, you need the Chime, you need the cube. No, you don't need that here.
Yeah, but he's making the play.
You could go through all this effort to get the Chime, go to Mirage Tower, and it's a dead-end Cardia. You have no idea. And Will doing exactly what I said earlier. He's just mapping stuff out. He's just going to dip into this entrance, see it's a cube block, jot it down. The only thing I would have done here, if I were Will, I would have dropped a save and I would have taken a peek at what that trap tile was if I could make it to it.
Mm-hmm. And Matoya is the ice cave. Interesting. He's getting... One thing, I think Will's looking for now is the information, and that is definitely what he's getting.
Yep, I am typing away on my tracker trying to keep up with him. I'm not doing a very good job.
I just resorted to writing down what goes where. I can't. It's tough to work the tracker and pay attention to, you know.
And we have our first fiend dungeon found. That Cardia Grassy was Kraken.
Yes, it was. And we've got, sorcerers on the waterfall trap tile.
I mean, not one that I would necessarily grind too much, but honestly, since the vanilla had the death touch and low attack, they're not dangerous unless they rolled a skill that's nasty.
Mm-hmm. And Rom mowed him down. And it does look like Will found the long, and that goes into the Earth Cave. Oh my.
And Waterfall Robot gave us the Adamant. We do have the shuffles on, so we don't know if that's going to be required. We don't know what it's going to give. Will found the first split. That's when you're looking at entrance shuffle, floor shuffle. Splits are gold. That means you have 2 different sets of dungeons you could have in this one area.
Yep. Absolutely. Racers are off to a dang good start so far.
They're still both looking for that trap tile, that one thing that they can just, once they get a couple more key items, go get those levels on. And we found our second Fiend dungeon, the top split of that marsh for floor 1.
Yep, the top split goes to the Warmech floor. Yeah, and this match was actually initiated by Will himself. He actually did want to take on the undefeated current #1 ranked ROMulysses, who gladly accepted. Good match so far.
And
we've got another Sea Shrine level here.
They found it early behind. That's always a good thing. Not too far from his original spot.
Oh, those ghosts hit hard. Oh, two down on Rom's side. Oh, well, man, those guys were hitting like trucks there. And there's Onrak.
And the caster items continue. A temper helmet.
Wow.
You have everything you need to beef up whatever you choose to be your killer when the time comes. Just no matter getting the gold, they're still running kind of light.
Yeah, they are. Will only had a little over 300 there. Yeah, and Will's definitely played quite a few of these floor entrance shuffles, so he has a good idea of what's going on here. I'm not sure how many Rom's played, but I'm sure he's had to play quite a few by now to get ready for the match.
Yeah, the floor entrance shuffle is something. I mean, if it's we just want to have a little bit of fun, that's usually what we'll do. Who wants to? Saturday Night Shenanigans would normally be just us rolling a floor entrance shuffle seed.
Oh, good. Rom's got about 5 in. Thanks, Shadow. Thanks for informing me. I'm not sure exactly how many Will's played. I know he's played quite a few, though. But both of our racers are putting on a heck of a show tonight.
Yeah, Rom, for not having that much so far, has done pretty good about deciding, how much time and effort to devote to any one thing.
And Melmont is the Sky Castle. Hope you're keeping track of all this, Demon. Because I'm trying.
I'm doing alright so far. Yeah, this Sky Castle is a good one to take. There's a good experience. You got nukes, try and... Of course, he takes the fight outside of the town, but try and get a couple of quick levels off of an easy pack in there with a nuke.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's just what it is. Just going to check each of these treasure rooms, try and take... Ooh, an eye fight's perfect.
Yeah, and they don't even hit hard at all. That was only a hit for 49. Down he goes. Almost a max nuke roll there, too. 394.
Yep, and there you go, 2 levels off of each. I think right now ROMulysses has a pretty significant level advantage. But that can be negated so quick with the experience that we got and the skills and the trap tile shuffle. The levels don't really matter just yet.
Mm-hmm.
There's bad men working him over.
They're actual bad men tonight. They're just hitting left and right. Ooh, got a katana. Nothing too special other than the Tutana hanging out in there.
One thing we haven't seen yet, at least I haven't noticed it, is a exit or warp, a way to get out of a dungeon, because these dungeons can go. There's no limit to how deep a dungeon could go, essentially.
Yeah, exactly right. I haven't seen any sort of no exit, no warp, no nothing yet. A lot of the magic shops have had the cure, the harm, the heal, you know, things of that nature. But I'm sure we'll see one eventually. Hope it's not too far into the game, you know.
Yeah, having to go down 8 levels just to have to climb back out can be rough, to say the least. Now we're going to get a first peek at these entrances.
Mm-hmm.
Titan's West was a bust, a dead-end Cardia. Ooh, that's good. We got our dwarves, and he has the adamant hand in.
And oh, blacksmith has the ruby. Interesting.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's probably not going to be that useful, other than it's going to give them another 10% experience boost. So, you know, even if you get key items you don't know, and there he gets to turn it right in.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, they do get that 10% experience boost per key item, so that's definitely, even if you're already there, you already got it, and you got your 10% boost, so then just, you know, skedaddle.
There is a dragon armor in that Titan's Trove. And Rom, that's another little neat thing he just did. He went out the other side of the Titan's tunnel to find that at the other end was Earth Cave.
Mm-hmm. So he's got the information now. Yeah,
real cheap gold bracelets. That's going to be a nice find for everybody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that dragon armor is just going to be something to sell for Rom. Not going to be able to use that one.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if Will takes the time, if he sees Titan and he has that ruby, to go do it, or if he gets the ruby, he doesn't take the time to go back and check in with those. It's only 4 chests, but this time it might be pretty important.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like then if you go out, looks like they found Rom found the bridge and the mermaid spot there. Eye sword. Interesting red color. It must be the mermaids are in a sauna. And there's the rod.
I mean, and if our runners are taking notes, they know they have a rod block already.
Yep.
That's 2 key items. That's experience. That's progression. Well, potential progression. We don't know that anything's past that rod block yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not going to know till they head back and get down there.
And then that also opens up another potential conundrum. Do you say, "Oh, I know where the rod block is, and I got the rod"? Do you go back and check that? There's still plenty of entrances you don't have no idea what it is. What do you do? Personally speaking, if I don't know what every entrance is yet, other than like Lafine and maybe Ordeals, which are really out of the way, I would really rather map out the rest of the world that's easy to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Then start making that decision of, all right, I need to go. The best play is now here.
Absolutely.
But we'll see what our guys do.
Yeah, Will just picked up about 15,000, quite a 10K or so in that one chest. Fog staff. That's something that if they, I believe Fog 2 was in the level 1 Coneria shop, wasn't it?
Yep, there it is.
Oh, and he went into the, he did the little door duplication thing where you stand in the doorway and then go into the menu, leave the menu, and then the door appears down below you. Kind of cool.
Oh, the bad men showing back up for Will. They worked him over last time.
Well, yeah, they're bad men indeed.
And we still have on the table Ice Cave and Ordeals, Elfland and Northwest Castles for potential progression.
Yeah, they killed Sonny on Will's side over there. Yeah, that door glitch is pretty neat. That's something I figured I knew about that when I was a kid, 8 or 9 years old, but I never could figure it out, why. But it's kind of neat. Kind of a neat little Easter egg-ish weird programming glitch thing, I guess.
I wouldn't even begin to know what the cause of that is.
But I'm a little curious though, because it appeared one space down. Because normally, when you do the door glitch, it appears right underneath where the door was. But his appeared one extra space down. That was kind of interesting. A lot of bull on ROM's side here.
Oh, ROM starting to dig a little deeper, going to some of those more out of the way chests. That Chimera trap tile is not bad. Weak to ice. They got level 2 ice, level 1 nuke.
Yeah, that's not the worst trap tile you want to see.
Took 2 rounds. Not terrible. That's probably the best thing they have so far. But ROM, and his levels, he is far and away better off on levels. He's already up to 17.
Yeah, he definitely has a few levels up on Will at this point.
Like I said, the levels aren't going to matter so much this early. The only real thing that's going to be right now is he's going to be a lot more survivable just while he's in this exploring phase.
Absolutely.
Because like you saw, just on that one level of Sky, Will was just getting worked over. He didn't have the hit points yet to be able to take that first round and get the nukes out yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes it tough if you don't have enough hit points to withstand the hits you're getting. But I do think that ROM feels better with the higher levels because that absolutely gives him safer exploration, if you will, as Shadow's saying there too.
And you see Will going back, going to get some of those lit 2 gauntlets, put that on his fighter and his black belt so they can help out a little. Oh, even getting it for he was getting it for everybody.
Oh, it's not equipable, so that appears that the lit 2 is
Would be
the Zeus gauntlet.
Yep,
then.
how vanilla.
Oh, that's funny. Same thing, just a different name. Okay, so it does look like ROM is gonna hit the take the rod and go down to the rod lock room and see what's beyond that.
And like I said, ROM opting to go ahead. He has the rod. He knows where the rod block is. He's going to go back. Will taking the other diverging route, do some exploring, and we found Lich up in Gaia. So I'm going to wager that Will's going to be the first one on the table with an orblet. It's also worth noting, we don't know where Temple of Fiends is yet. Normally you get the orbs, and all right, I'm going to go crack the black orb and get on with this. We don't know where to go yet to get that black orb.
Nope, no idea. So yeah, Will looks like he's going to go try to take out Lich. Hopefully Lich will be his usual paper-thin self.
With 2 nukes, and yeah, he should be able to tear through him one way. And as long as he doesn't, Lich doesn't have a nasty AoE, he should be able to tear through him.
Well, it depends. We don't know what the boss stats are. If it's 33%, it's going to be easier than usual. But even if Lich has 300% stats, it's not going to be outrageous. But it still might be a bit difficult.
Yeah. Now, one thing with that boss slider, I believe it was Nitz was the one of our developers that implemented that. Develop it with the idea of you can roll your monsters really high and have fun, but roll the monsters back or roll the monster's high, but the boss's back,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and that way the bosses don't roll Bax evasion. And I don't know that I've seen a single seed yet generated where the monsters were higher than the bosses. Everyone in this community wants those bosses hard. And there we go. Will has his
Yep.
first orb.
About 31 minutes and a half. Yep, first Earth orb is down. So Lich being his usual self, paper thin. And it does look like Rom's in the Mirage Tower. He's gonna go cruise around a bit in there and see what's in the less than greater than room here. Oh, look at that fast gone.
This is your Death Machine starter kit.
Yeah, it sure is. And the miraculous house in a chest. I'm always impressed by that.
And Carrie.
He's gonna go check the red D trap tile. I wonder what monster we're gonna see in there this time.
Yep, and yep, Shadow Walker tracker also us. Sony Wrath 11 also tracking for us. That is, we have all 4 fiends. They're all accessible with the canal, so alright, experience boost.
Yeah, and an easy fight. Force the Hags is nothing.
So, right now, all we need is the rod. We still need the loot and the key. It is going to be a full Topher. So we need loot and rod, or loot and key still, and just to find where the heck this Temple of Fiends is.
Mm-hmm. Will kind of getting blocked by a little bat there. And looks like Rom's fighting Carrie. Nothing too terrible yet.
Gonna throw the mute hammer or the mute axe because why not?
Heck yeah. Oh, 4 for 4. Oh,
10 hits.
down goes Louis.
Terminated. There we go. Just about
goes Carrie.
2 minutes. 2 minutes and change after Will lights his first orb.
So now both runners, got the airship, got an orb lit. It looks like Rom's been a couple more places than Will, but not by much. Not by much at all.
Yeah, he still has that bit of a level advantage, but as you keep exploring, keep throwing out those nukes and picking up levels, that's going to drop off. They have this Chimera trap tile here that right now is their best bet. That being said, they still have they know where ice and ordeals is. They're leaving it off the table until they know they have to go there. Thing with those areas is you have, if you can find warp or ordeals, would be super easy to check a handful of trap tiles. Ice has a whole huge amount of trap tiles.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Quite a few options still. Still left a lot of things we haven't seen. A lot of items we haven't seen as well.
Yeah, we still haven't seen what Onrak and Waterfall entrance is. We don't know what Ordeal's entrance is. We don't know what Lefine's entrance is. We don't know what Mirage entrance is, and we won't know that until we see a chime.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty much everything north is kind of a big question mark at the moment.
Question from chat: the in floor shuffle, yes, the Ordeals teleporters keep you within Ordeals. Although you planted a bit of a seed now, that would be kind of fun.
Anything for some shenanigans. I love me some shenanigans.
And Shadow Walker, this is not a shortened Topher. This will be a full Topher dive.
Yeah, it looked like Rum doing a flyby by the Castle of Ordeals, then he's going to start hitting the Cardia Isle.
And he's got Kraken on his mind. Looking to go back to back, get 2 orbs lit. You gotta feel pretty good if you can pull this off in about probably the 40-minute mark, being able to get 2 orbs lit. And if he's in this neck of the woods, he's not too far away from finding Gaia and lighting his third at Lich.
Oh, look at those cheap Procates, 2601. Will's gonna buy a bunch of those. Put those on. And we haven't seen the Vorpal, haven't seen the Mazmune, haven't seen the Defense Sword. We have seen the Katana. But I believe it was Rom that picked up... Who was it? I don't remember. Did somebody pick up the Katana?
I believe it was Will. I'm not 100% sure, but...
I'll have to catch a peek at the weapon screen. And yeah, it looks like
All
Rom's
right.
going to take on Kraken. So let's see if Kraken's going to be a hard hitter tonight.
Now he's just going to try to throw those ruses up, pray that the ruses and the falls can keep him alive long enough for those nukes to do their work. Five hits, but wasn't able to take down the thief.
No, not quite. Throwing some more nukes out. Oh,
And
terminated.
done.
Paper
Nice,
Kraken.
easy. Yeah, these paper fiends, there is an answer to that. On our
yes.
alpha site, we have a little checkbox. And it's an evil little checkbox. It clamps the floor of the monsters to 100%. So you're guaranteed at least vanilla stats up to whatever you set.
Wow. Yeah, so Rom's got 2 orbs lit. Will's a pinch behind. But certainly not out. This race is far, far from over because we haven't seen any of the, we haven't seen Topher. Haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, we haven't even found it. We don't know how hard it's going to be yet. We don't know how deep it's going to be. I think there was... I don't know that we saw Will dig the floor 1 marsh split south. I know the top was one of the fiend dungeons. I don't think he was able to get to the south part.
Yeah, I don't think he went to the south. I do know that the marsh top split was the Warmick Bridge. I know that.
Actually, yeah, we still have a couple of entrances, the more out-of-the-way entrances. I don't actually, come to think of it, I don't know that we've seen the vendor item either.
I do not believe so. King had the canoe, Bicky had the dank herb, the confused old man had the floater, the blacksmith had the ruby, mermaid had the rod. I didn't catch what the robot had.
Robot had the adamant.
Okay. Which led to the ruby, which led to the... Okay, good.
And we still have Caravan to check for the vendor. We also... I don't believe we found Elfland yet. Elfland Town still is an option.
I don't think we've seen that.
I'm finding a treasury. That's good for the chest. Also, you got 2 different trap tiles you can check here. Got the normal vanilla fire and the vanilla worm trap tiles. And there's our chime.
Got the chime, so that's a good step in the right direction.
Vorpal, temper helmet.
Vorpal. Team Vorpal, thank you very much. Where are all my Team Vorpal peeps at? I know there's a few Vorpal gentlemen in the chat.
If they could get that black belt to where they could one-shot that sentry, that might be where I would go. That would not be a terrible trap tile. But I'm looking to see. Rom is not going to check what the fire trap tile is, just the worm.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. It's it's volcano backwards.
Into Sarda.
Oh, there we go. So 2nd floor to 1st floor to Sarda with the opal bracelet. There you go.
It's not progression, but it's not bad. You were forced a black mage, so you're definitely going to need as much as you can throw on that guy so he doesn't get pounded in the dirt. Will looking to go and light his 2nd orb. A little bit behind Ron, but I think he has the exploration advantage a little bit here.
Yeah, by a little bit.
And here we see what I was saying about earlier. We don't have exit. We don't have warps. Now, all that walking that Rom had to do to get to Sarda, while it's not bad on the volcano levels, he has to do... Oh, and he is going to check that trap tile on the way out. Awesome. And... Oh, Kraken
ouch.
Not playing. Does not like that Bane.
Was that Thunder that I saw?
That was Thunder.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Not much in the way of hit points, but does not like being poked.
No, not at all. Not at all. Kraken was like, excuse me, who are you? Yoink. There you go. Oh,
Followed up by
Blaze.
Blaze.
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Fassetti, I hope.
Way to go, Mr. V. Way to go.
Oh,
Oh,
pulled it
terminated. Oh,
out.
take that, Kraken. Take that. Take that.
Mr.
Yeah,
V
that's
pulling
right.
out the clutch kill.
That's right. Well, that kind of caught me by surprise there for a second. I was like, oh man, what's Kraken gonna throw out next? And bam, there it is.
And not much of them hit points, but as he opens, has Thunder and Blaze. I don't think we've seen any ribbons yet, so you have to take the full force of those.
Oh, he sure did. But that was a good show there. That was a good one. And back to the armor shop, it looks like. And we haven't seen the tail. We haven't seen the cube. No TNT. No loot. No bottle. No any of that stuff yet. No ribbons, like you said.
And there we go, Will making those notes. He knew exactly where to go. He wanted to make sure he had that fast gauntlet. Now that he's cleared out a couple dungeons, has a little bit of money to his name, I'm sure he's going to go pick up those other items we saw we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm. We got a solo fighter here. Oh, come on.
And Zozo Melmond very well might have a victim here. I don't know when Will last saved. I don't know when he saved.
I don't know either. You're making me nervous, Demon. You're making me nervous here. Okay,
one-on-one.
One-on-one. Oh.
Got out of it. 30 hit points.
Man.
Oh, Shadow telling us he did save after Kraken.
Good. Good. That was making me a bit nervous there for a minute. And now, Will's got a little problem. He needs to go find a clinic. Because he needs to... I don't think he's going to be solo in that fighter right now.
Question from Chat Specty. Yes, right now it is only Melmond that has the encounters. Because Melmond is unique in that it has those desert tiles. Those desert tiles are what are the encounter tiles in Melmond.
Yeah, this is just so amazing what the developers and the community is just the ideas that have come out of for this, you know, the ideas that have come for this game have just been outstanding. Yeah, Specty, Melmond was the worst before. Now it's just even terrible. It's just awful. Can't we get one of those guys to just bash it with their airship until it's gone? That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, Zozo Melmond was the brainchild of Nitz, and much like a lot of the stuff our developers do, right before I went to bed, I heard someone say, that might be kind of a neat idea. And like Santa Claus on Christmas morning, check the alpha site, and there was Zozo Melmond.
Yep.
Co-op, the original brainchild of Meridian, about 36 hours it went from concept to its very rough first form. A lot of these things, it's just whatever the developers want to do, and that's one thing I do want to point out while we're talking about that. If you want to see what these new things are, we don't hide this. alpha.finalfantasyrandomizer.com, right there. Whenever a developer has an idea, they just throw it up there, let people play around with it a little bit. And if it ends up being something people like, it gets refined, thrown in the beta, then eventually up to our production site. While you're at it, FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, join our Discord. We were having a bit of fun. Oh, there's our loot. There's one of the things we're going to need. We were having a bit of fun at the top of the show. There really is no bad blood here between Will and Rom. We're having fun. I don't want anyone thinking like, wow, new guy to the community and they're throwing gauntlets down. No, they're just having fun.
They sure are. I think, Rom and Will get along just fine. There's a ton of respect between the two of them. Since Rom has joined up on the Final Fantasy Randomizer team crew, we've been seeing a lot of him. We're going to be seeing a lot more of him. This is certainly a battle of two really, really good players. Neither of them are going anywhere anytime soon. This is the first ever match that they've played each other, almost like a steel cage match. Will's played a few more of these randomizers than Rom has, but Rom is still putting on a heck of a show. Still have a long ways to go before the race is over, and both racers are just fantastic.
Yep, and chat pointing out, we have the other split is in ordeals.
Looks like
Rom
the
found
classic.
Tiamat and opted to not yet. He doesn't feel comfortable yet. He's gonna go ahead, keep exploring. I'm sure he wrote that down. Get a couple more levels, and come back because you know that Warmech is required on with the flags we have tonight.
It sure is. I'm curious to see what Warmech has rolled too. I want to see some more shenanigans. We're seeing some good stuff so far. Can't wait to see more.
There have definitely been seeds where Warmech is the secret boss.
Yep. Saber shirt.
Yep, a free saber shirt. There's caster items. We saw a bunch of them, but they were in the 15 to 20,000 gold range.
Well, now he's got a fast gauntlet, a saber shirt, a fire 2 shirt, lit 2 gauntlets. Quite exciting on the item and how they started putting those different different things on the items. I think that's really cool too. That's how you get nuke sticks.
And one relatively new tick box for that is if you don't like the idea of being able to buy 4 nuke sticks, there is a checkbox where you can limit to where caster items will not show up in shops. If you're, I'll call it one of the Tarnins of the world, who like 500% low experience and none of this nuke stick for everybody shenanigans.
Well, nuke sticks for everybody. I think everybody needs to play a good match like that because it's fun, it's quick, you can kind of be in and out. Now, he picked up a Quake something. I'm not sure what that is.
That would be the defense sword reroll with Quake.
Oh, gotcha. Well, that's kind of cool. I'm sure he'd rather have defense at this point, but...
No, they have Ruse swords, which was the Bane sword. So it's there, and you can buy them. Right, and chat pointing out, yep, the slab was the caravan item. So we know where... Melman was Marsh Cave. We do not know where Lafine is to ultimately catch that in, though.
No, we have not seen that yet.
Though with what we have, I like Rom finally going ahead and checking out this continent. All right, so we
got the vanilla
on rack.
Looks like he's gonna go head up and check the waterfall and see where the waterfall goes. And
there's Lafine. So he knows that chain. He knows where Melman is. He has the slab. If he wants to come back up into this neck of the woods, he can. And Will finding the bottom marsh. There's a couple of trap tiles here he can check should he so want to. So that's exactly what he's doing. Oh, there's your trap tile.
Oh.
If these things are not nasty, that is your trap tile right there. That is something you will not see in the vanilla game ever. And that's something really cool with the trap tile shuffle.
Absolutely right. Now, this is when you're hoping for that 33%, enemy roll. Oh, and cremate? Oh, that's not too bad, but it's not nice.
And they rolled up. They're taking nukes like champs.
Oh, they sure are.
Well, it'll be a good one-off experience fight, if nothing else.
And it looks like Rom just beat Lich, I want to say.
Yep, Lich. Now he just needs to go ahead. He knows where Tiamat is. It's just a matter of getting the levels to feel comfortable and finding Temple of Fiends.
Gee, finally, these blue Ds have hit points for days. Oh, and there's Elfland. All right, cool. Let's see what we got in the... Lit 3, Brack, Fire 2, and Stun.
Brack just in time. Oh, key. There's the other
Ooh.
piece of the puzzle. Marsh
Key in the crown chest.
incentive.
Key in the crown chest. Excellent. I didn't see what happened to the fighter there. Did he get knocked? He got killed, obviously.
I
see
believe
that.
so, sadly, yes. Arm
Yeah.
4, level 4 white magic. That's alright. Warp and fast, level 4. Warp it would have been nice to have that a bit earlier.
Fast still a good spell to have, but since they're in the same slot, he'd be probably using a lot of those. Because I think he's got at least one fast gauntlet, doesn't he?
Yeah, one if not two. I know at least one. They each have one, maybe two.
I think, yeah, at least one. So then, yeah,
So-
exits got to be 7 or 8. So exits possibly might be out of the question tonight.
So I did see pro rings for sale for 3,000. Look like Rom is just trying to make a little bit of room, figure that out. Yeah, so
Is that an Aegis shield I see in there too?
yep, there is an Aegis. We found one super early. There's only one fighter, so that shouldn't be, strictly speaking, necessary.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and first floor of Sea Shrine. And that goes to another floor of Sea Shrine. And that's okay. So
Yeah, this was
now-
Ordeal as well as just coming out. Did he ever check the left side? That's one thing I don't remember. I didn't check because that was a pretty long dungeon dive for Will. I did not see if he checked the left side because he came out of the right, if memory serves.
I'm not sure if he checked it or not either.
But we do know that that Ordeal's play is going to be required. That key was in the right side, bottom marsh.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna need that one.
Ooh.
And we'll heading over to the dwarf cave because that is the elf. Excuse me, that's Castle Corneria. That's where. Let's see if we're gonna. Let's see. Are we gonna find vanilla TNT in here?
Yeah, I do remember this being a confused staff. Lovely.
Oh man. Oh,
Mazmoon.
There we go. There we go. That's gonna be good for the fighter on Will's side.
And so far, Lafine being a sky floor, good amount of chest, a temper helmet. That's good.
How many temper helms have we seen now? 2? 3?
They were for sale and they're everywhere.
Yeah, no kidding. Jeez. That's pretty cool. Seeing all kinds of them. That's the second one, Shadow. Thank you. It just seems like we're seeing them all over the place.
Helmet. So yeah, so between the two, we have all the pieces of the puzzle, except we don't know where Temple of Fiends is yet. We still had an early cube block that we haven't been able to check. It could have been hiding in plain sight all along, right behind that very early cube block.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going back to check the flags. The incentive locations was Marsh, Volcano, Sea Shrine, Corneria locked. So that cube is going to be out and about.
It's got to be out there somewhere. And that's a must find too. Yeah, it could be in a couple of different places at this moment.
Well, we don't know it's necessary yet. It's looking more and more
True.
likely like Temple of Fiends might be hiding. But I feel like I think we did check the second. I think we checked the split here. Will did not check this earlier. I think this is just
No,
a Den
he
and
didn't.
Cardia.
Mhm.
Because I believe Rom did check this. Like I said, I don't remember if Will made the play on the left side. C-split behind ordeals.
Yeah, so that's a busted marsh there.
Yeah, Rom digging. Rom has arguably a very large advantage of warp. That's going to be, if he has to go deep into this dungeon and he ends up finding something necessary, that level 3 warp is going to be invaluable for getting out, saving a lot of time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially if you get one of those 7, 8, 9 floor real long ones. Yeah, and it looks like Will is going back to the Sea Shrine, going to head to the left side. Veteran move indeed. Veteran move indeed.
Zap sticks!
Zap staff.
You know what? Throw it on your black belt and why not?
Yeah, why not? Have some fun with it. Should rename that one Cattle Prod.
I like it.
Instead of Zap Staff, Cattle
I-
Prod. Bzzzt.
I am really surprised. I'm going to have to remember to ask Will. I am curious why he made the trip to ordeals and then went as far as going all the way back and having to come now all the way back a second time to check that left side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely called for a double dip. Maybe he's got a good plan in mind.
I'm trying to remember. I don't know if we have light because I know that his fighter ate it. It might have been that his fighter was down. He didn't have a way to get him up.
No sign of the tail, Falconic. None at all.
Yep, Tails MIA. Temple of Fiends is MIA. We know where the loot and the key are. We do have those. So we have, other than Temple of Fiends, we have all the pieces between the two runners here. We got all 4 dungeons. We got the loot. We got the key. We just need to figure out where this Temple of Fiends is.
Well, and they're running out of places to check, so I think we're going to be seeing it pretty soon.
Except the deeper we go into this, the more likely we're going to find a cube somewhere, and we're going to have to double back.
Mm-hmm.
To all the way back to Provoca was where the cube block was. But we will see. Will's going to go ahead and check this left side. It very well could be on this left side. And it is not. It is Elfland Castle.
Is. Well, but he does have the dank herb, so he could see what's in here.
Oh,
And...
Tail on Sarah is possible, yes.
Oh,
there's
there it
the
is.
cube.
Cube on the prince. He was. Now I'm wondering if that's a Rubik's cube. You think? And then you have to solve it and then put it into the little slot and then go up to the Sky Castle. Wow! Did you? Wow!
48,000. If you didn't have enough money.
Wow, that was an awful lot.
If you had to rely on me to save the world, and the one thing I had to do was solve a Rubik's cube, then the world is doomed.
I'm gonna have to second that notion. I'd be in the same exact boat with you, Demon.
All right, so I have very little doubt that Will is going to immediately beeline back to Provoca, check out that cube block.
Sun Sword on Rom's side.
Oh, Sarah
there it
does
is.
not have the tail.
No, she does not. It's in a random chest. Tail
All right,
in
so
the sky.
this, even though Will is down an orb, he has the loot and he has the key, and they are in pretty out of the way locations. I think that actually, if memory serves, they're actually going to both be in ordeals. I believe the loot was going to be on the right side. And
The key
I'm
was
trying to look
in-
at my notes.
The key was in the crown chest.
And
in
that was a
Marsh.
Cardia. That was a Cardia. Okay.
I believe so, yes.
But then the left side, we'll see what that cube leads to. If that cube leads to that Temple of Fiends, that's going to be both sides of that sea shrine split required.
Will's found. Oh, and it looks like Rom does have the loot.
Oh, yep, it's Ron, are you there? Are you listening? That's cheating, and you know it.
No kidding. Or that's a good opposite of the commentator's curse. It's the opposite of that. Commentator's blessing, I guess.
There we go. I am a benevolent commentator.
Nice.
Yeah, so Rom, following in Will's footsteps, gonna check that right side, check the left side, get the cube.
Oh, there's exit, level 7 exit. Okay. So it's not slow and ice too. Oh.
And neither one of our runners opting for that white mage. Which I'm honestly a little surprised at with the percentages that we're running. Black Belt would be perfectly capable of being your melee and then running a rainbow party for the rest of it. But no, they decided each on to take an additional melee.
Will picking up his slab now, and I bet he's gonna check his notes to figure out where Melmond was, and
Yep, and he just discovered the find, so he knows that chain.
Yep. And
See,
it looks
again,
like
this is
Melmond is where Marsh Cave is, so I know Will knows where that is, but it looks like he's gonna burn off an encounter? What is he doing there?
I'm not sure.
So
he's in the neighborhood.
What do you remember what was at the end of the north split?
This was a
it was the
fiend
Warmick
region.
floor. So he must be going. I wonder if he's heading towards Tiamat.
He must feel like he's got the levels, he's got the spells, he's gonna go ahead and give it a shot.
Hit points are looking good. I don't see why not. But he does. Oh, there's one little tiny thing that Will's gonna have to do before Tiamat.
Yeah, just nothing. It's just
teeny tiny
a killer robot that just
teeny tiny.
On humanity.
Let's see what he says today. I've seen him say "Hasta la vista, baby." And you know what? Whenever they do put the "Hasta la vista, baby" on there, when you beat the Warmech, if any of the devs are listening, they should do a thumbs up, like at the end of Terminator 2. They should do the thumbs up in the furnace. I think that'd be pretty neat.
Bite my shiny metal behind.
Well said. And let's see. Let's see if we're gonna have a gatekeeper here.
Will definitely taking it very, very careful, tucking both of those melees back on the bottom.
Oh yes, he wants to make sure they stay.
Opening with an inferno, and that's going to be a bit of a storyline. We have no ribbons. We are almost all we need to do is find Temple of Fiends, and we're done. We know where everything is. We don't have a single ribbon, and zap.
Zapped his red mage. All right. Let's go offensive, dudes.
And then quad X. Warmech is a nightmare.
Oh my god, 4 for 815.
And hits like a truck. All right.
That Warmech is related to E Honda. Now that's Warmech Honda. That's
wow, man, he hits like a truck. He has skills. He has spells. He slices. He dices.
He knocks your fighters down, your black belts down, your red mages, and whatever else you got there. Wow.
Yeah, so no ribbons. You have Quad X. You have Zap. You have the high damage AoE. Yeah, that's going to have to be... You're going to have to find your grind spot.
Well, Will has the knowledge. Will has the knowledge. I don't believe that Rom has been that way yet.
Rom knows where it is. He did not give Warmech a poke.
Oh, not yet. He's going to have to, though. And I can guarantee once you give the Warmech a poke, it is not going to go hee-hee like the Pillsbury Doughboy. And Will crushing
Developers
Sardis
make it happen.
here.
I don't care. Make it happen.
Love it. Love it. Oh, this is great. This is great.
It's I believe that I think Rom has the loot. I thought he picked up the loot. Checking that left side, pick up the cube. Will probably taking a look at his notes. I will be surprised if he doesn't head to that cube block immediately. That's pretty much all that's left on the table. That has to be where Temple of Fiends is.
There's not many more places where it really could be. These runners have explored quite a few places.
Yep, and that's exactly where he's going. Marsh was. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Where was the cube? Cube block was not Provoke. I'm sorry. He's turning in the slab. Okay, that's what he's doing.
Talk to Dr. Un. And folks, that is better than the Rosetta Stone right there. Go see Dr. Un. Call him. He will teach you a language in mirror frames. And you can't beat that.
Why couldn't I have had that in high school? That would have been fantastic.
Boy, that would have made German class so much easier, I tell ya.
It is a pretty moment until the pirates, or no, it wasn't pirates, it was the undead pack, almost wiped Will out.
Close, but no cigar, thank goodness.
Alright, Will looking like he's going to track down the Lafine key item. I'm kind of surprised because you have what you need. Maybe he's digging for that tail.
Okay, so the chime is in the armory, and I don't believe Will's been to the armory yet either. But Will still needs to go talk to the guys.
Yeah, we'll see what our item is here. Rom picking up his Mazmoon.
Oh, so ROMulysses. Oh, Oxyale on that side.
Oh, that's the other side. That's something I missed. We have not been to the vanilla on-rack dungeon. That could also be our Temple of Fiends.
And it looks like ROMulysses did pick up the Vorpal, so I'm going to shout out Team Vorpal real quick.
I am team whatever gets the job done, to be perfectly honest.
Yes, sir.
Partial to Excal, but I'll take what I got. Alright, we're going to see what's behind this cube block. Was Temple of Fiends hiding in plain sight all along?
Well, that's a wimpy force group right there.
It was hiding in plain sight all along.
It sure was. It sure was. You called that one. You called that one a little bit ago, I think. And our first ribbon sighting.
That might be that is exactly what you needed to see, because I mean Rom doesn't know it, but Warmack is going to roll him.
Yeah, I'm hoping these next two chests on there are. I'm hoping for Rom's sake that the two chests on the right hand side are ribbons as well. If not, it's going to be a rough fight.
And still, there's, I mean, the Chimera trap tile that was the replacement for the Earth trap tile is still, in my opinion, the best one you got. Maybe that Century trap tile in Volcano. Nothing really standing out. A lot of times you want to see, you can get 3 eyes. That 3 blue D trap tile would have been good if they were rolled nice. You can get the big pack of gray Medusas.
Oh yeah, those blue Ds rolled really high HP. That's certainly a no-go. Rockdale's going down pretty easy though. And then we're going to see our first look at Garland. We're over an hour and 10 minutes in, and one-shotted.
Yeah, so
paper thin Garland.
So Rom is the first one. He has all the pieces of the puzzle. He knows where everything is. He has the key items to get to the end and beat this game. What he does not have, based on what we know from that Warmack, he does not have the levels. There's no way, unless he prays to the RN Jesus above, that he is making it through that Warmack where he's at.
Oh, Sarah with the TNT.
And I like this because Rom knows he's going to be picking up key items. He's going to complete this chain. This is just 10% experience. Every key item he picks up. He knows where the Dwarf Cave is now. He can go pick that up. He can go find that grind tile and really start putting the pedal to the metal now that he knows where everything is.
Absolutely. I think that's a great plan. Let's see if he puts it into action. And it does look like he is going to go. Rom is turning in the TNT. And we've got Crown.
Crown, have we... I'm looking
So
at my
Naricus
notes.
has-
Have we seen Northwest Castle? I don't know if that
I can tell you that
we
Northwest
have.
Castle is Castle Ordeals. But we have not... I don't believe we have seen that castle yet.
Oh, that must be what's behind the Oxyale block.
Yeah.
Oh,
gonna have to agree on that one.
Rom, my buddy, my pal, my friend, if you are listening, this is a mistake. Turn around. You are not prepared.
Well, good thing you can't hear us, I guess, huh?
If he turns around, we know the jig is up.
I know, right? We know something's up. Well, he's about to find out.
Well, he does have the one ribbon. I think he is has a few more levels, but man, that Warmech is not messing around.
Nope. He's going to poke him, and Warmech is going to come back with a solid open hand slap to the face. And we know what we call those.
Yeah, chat's saying he could get RNG, but I mean, let's look at your options. You have a high damage AoE skill first up. You have Zap first up as a spell, or you have 800 damage plus melee attacks. I don't think there's any winning that RNG battle.
Well, we're about to find out. We're about to find out. I'm happy with the shenanigans we're seeing so far. We're definitely... Nothing's too easy for these guys. You know, they're having to work for everything they're doing.
Yeah, he's taking the fights along the way. He's hoping he can make it through this and save that time and save that experience.
Well, I'm ready for Warmech round 2.
He's in the upper 20s. It would have been really nice to get to 32 on that black belt before you try this. But we're going to go with what we got. You go to war with the army you have, not the army you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, but he's got the Masmune. That's going to be handy. He's got some fast casts. That's going to be handy if he can get those on the black belt and start... That black belt can start slapping Warmech around a bit here.
Yeah, it looks like he's opting to go ahead and put all of his hopes and dreams on that single black belt, throwing out fast, throwing out tempers, throwing out ruses.
Hey, those zaps were all ineffective, though. That's good.
Yep, that's fantastic. You get 3 light warriors without a ribbon to have zap not connect on any of them. Quad X not connected, like having a much better go of it than Will did.
Ooh, 7 hits for 582. Now we're talking. Oh, terminated. Down goes Warmech. Wow.
Glass cannon Warmech. Not that much in the way of points, but...
Holy moly. Will got a much different fight than that. Wow. And then we get to see Tiamat 2. I'm sorry, Tiamat 1.
So now that might be a storyline of Will went in there and just got rolled. How much time is he going to put into getting experience before figuring out that you just need to weather the storm? That's all you need. You need to get through those first few levels.
Down goes
rounds.
Tiamat.
Tiamat, man.
Down. Wow. So we got 4 orbs at about an hour and 15 minutes.
Yep, hour 15. Rom is ready to head into Temple of Fiends. Like I said, you probably want to push to get level 32, at least on the way, if not before you enter. So we'll see if he's heading to Volcano. Or he's just gonna do a little bit of shopping.
Well, this race is still far from over because he still has to get to Topher, and then he's still got to get down there. So and we could see some nastiness down there.
Yeah, so far Warmech offensively was packing, but not really. Nothing else has even been close, really, to a danger to our runner so far. So it'll be interesting to see if Temple of Fiends has an answer to that.
Is it going to be the Great Equalizer? Is it going to be We're just gonna have to find out. I'm getting excited. I want to see what's down there. I want to see what Tiamat 2 has cracked into. I want to see what Chaos is rolled.
Well, here we go. Minute 16:30. Rom is in. Temple of Fiends Revisited. And we're going to get a little bit of a view. Hopefully we have a little bit of a longer stream for you guys. I don't want this to be over that quick. I mean, God bless Rom, but I'm here for the viewers, not for him.
Absolutely. Yeah, Warmit's been the worst thing we've seen. Nothing else is really... Lich was nothing, Carrie was nothing, Kraken was nothing. Tiamat didn't seem to be much.
Kraken did have Thunder, but both of our guys got through it first, their first attempt. And Rom, I'm sure, hoping and praying one of those had a ribbon, but sadly no. One ribbon Topher.
Ouch.
And opting to take this fight. He's got the fire 3s on level 2. He's got plenty of charges, and I know he has in his head, I need 32. 32 needs to happen, and preferably needs to happen before Kraken.
Mm-hmm. That's preferable.
You can disrespect Lich. Carry can go either way, but once you get to Kraken 2, it's time to stop playing around.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Looks like Will's gonna take the tail and do a bit of class change in here.
Looks like Will's gonna be putting his hopes and dreams on that knight, not that black belt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Shadow Walker, you're exactly right. Rom is absolutely showing great presence of mind for someone new to the community. Absolutely.
Yeah, his pacing is on point. He'll definitely have that 32 before Chaos. Like I said, I'm sure he's taking these fights because he knows he needs 32. He would like it a little bit sooner. But he has played a very spot-on, point-on game so far. Especially considering he's had 5 practice runs, and this is something that is a bit of a brain bender when you're first starting out.
Rom's been on a complete tear lately. He's just beaten everything in his path. He is undefeated. And the matches that Rom has been winning are not one-on-one matches. They're matches with at least, 6 players in them. Will's won his last 3 matches also that had multiple opponents as well. So, neither of these guys have really done the one-on-one. They've been coming out number 1 when you've got 5, 6, 7, 8 guys racing,
There we go. Rom disrespecting Lich 1, not taking time to heal, not taking time to move anyone around. He may pay for it.
There's your answer. Lich says, you know what? Terminated. Nice.
Yeah, and to say Rom is number 1 SRL, he's not number 1 SRL by a point or 2. Edgeworth, our tournament champion for the 2018 spring tournament, is number 2. Rom is over 100 SRL points ahead of Edge. It is leaps and bounds ahead. It is crazy to see that a new guy is just putting on these number 1 finishes just time and time again. And unless Will really puts that gas to the pedal down, Rom has a pretty significant lead. There's going to have to be something to slow Rom down.
Absolutely. I've been watching, Rom, and a lot of the stuff he does seems to be very prodigal. It seems to be very smart moves, and I don't know if he just has it. I don't know what it is. He's just doing really, really good.
All right, Carrie hit nothing. Like a wet noodle. Nothing there. Didn't see any spells or skills, but nothing to write home about.
Will's going to do his rematch over here. Lobster platter on Rom's side. Let's see about this Warmick, though. Let's see if we did a different outcome this time for Will.
Well, he's got the class change. He's got some better gear. If we can get a little bit of RNG, not have that zap take down 2.
Crying out loud.
2.
Oh.
All right, so now he's hang that.
He's not out though.
He's not. He's gonna have to hang his hat on that black belt.
Codex missed. Yeah, he could. 7 hits for 147. That's not what you want to see.
All right, and on Rom's side,
Oh.
Kraken 2, showing a little bit of respect, moving that black belt down to
Oh,
that third
no.
slot.
Will Rip to Warmack. Well, dang it.
Yeah, the story of this match might be Rom getting through that glass cannon
I
War
mean,
Mech, but all right, on Rom's side, black belt is down. Now he's just 11 hits, 987. I think we found our gatekeeper.
oh, one red mage versus Kraken.
Nope.
Did you
Wow.
see that? Did you see that? That was 2010 damage. Wow.
There's a little smear where the party used to be.
Oh my God. Kraken Honda strikes again. Kraken says, I'm not playing. You get that crap out of my house. Ain't nobody got time for that. Get that out of here. That's what Kraken just said.
Oh man,
That
and Rom,
is-
God bless him.
Oh, my 21 hits for 2010. I have never seen it even that. I don't even think I've seen it that high.
Not
Wow.
from an enemy. That is
Wow.
very impressive.
I've seen black belts hit for that much. I've seen fighters hit for that much, but I've never seen Kraken. Wow, I'm blown away.
All right, so Will put the final piece of the puzzle together. He knows where Temple of Fiends is now. We're going to see how much time
Wow.
he's going to use grinding, which up until that Kraken 2, you could have argued might have been time wasted. But that Kraken 2 is going to just demolish you.
Wow.
I don't think I've seen... I mean, we have Ruse sticks all around. I don't think I've seen Invisible 2 in a good spot. So you're just going to have to find a way, hopefully get those ruses off, so that you can
Wow.
weather those first 3 rounds.
Oh my God. I don't know what they're gonna do, Demon. I have no idea what they're gonna do. Levels.
I mean, you're gonna win with level 50 eventually.
No kidding. But that was just wow. My jaw hit the floor when I saw that. Holy moly.
Yeah, for a moment I thought it was 200 and something. I was like, wait, no. There was 4 numbers there.
I was like, that was way too many numbers to be 210. Wow. Okay, well, Kraken 2, everybody this evening is demanding respect. She's demanding respect.
And Rom,
or she's gonna beat it out of you.
gonna try to beat his head against that wall again. Maybe give it one more shot. See if he can maybe get a little bit luckier, get those ruses off on somebody, anybody, and weather that storm. And then it might be time to figure out a trap time. The best thing we've seen so far for grinding was the chimeras in Earth Cave, and that still wasn't great. We still have. I don't think anyone's really dipped too far into ice. Maybe I'm wrong. Nobody's checked out the ordeal spots. Nobody's checked out. There's a trap tile in Northwest Castle, which we are presuming is Oxyale blocked. But I mean, they're not going to have an answer unless they rolled low HP. And they can just like Warmack, a lot of offense up front. It's just a matter of getting through it.
I just know I totally agree with what you're saying, but I just wanted to point out that Rom just fought those big worms, and they seem to give an awful lot of experience. I'm wondering if that might be a possible grind spot as well as the gas dragons.
Yeah, taking fights in Temple Fiends Revisited, especially now since they do have a way to get out. Mm-hmm. Is totally viable since there wasn't any, clear-cut winner. Oh, Will's saying hi to the bats.
Oh, what a veteran move! You got to say howdy to the bats. And everyone say hello, vampire. And adios.
All right, yeah, Will's gonna go ahead and find his third orb down here. Again, it looks like Will's pretty far behind, but with that Kraken, and Will's probably at a point where he said, all right, I've tried Warmech twice. I've gotten just rolled. I need ribbons. I need levels. And we know he's going to need ribbons and levels for Temple of Fiends anyway, almost certainly.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's really hoping to find some ribbons. Is the only thing that's going to help with give a slight edge, maybe.
You know, looking at ROM's screen, some little things that he's doing to show how well he knows this game. If you're walking in a room and you walk along that bottom row right up against the wall, those are free steps. Those are encounter-free steps. So on this seafloor, you can save quite a few steps if you go all the way down and walk along the wall and walk back up. You have a couple of steps on either side along the wall, saving those steps, saving an encounter or two.
But let's look at it objectively, Rom. Do you want to save those couple of battles, or is that something that you might want on the way down?
I think he wants to give this one more college try, get to it, try to push through it, and then I would be surprised if he makes a third attempt with just how hard this Kraken is hitting.
Well, if we look kind of back a few minutes, you know, Rom skated right through Warmech, no problem. Will's tried Warmech twice and has not been successful. So maybe, maybe
that's why Kraken had fast. Oh my
God. I didn't see the fast cast. Oh man. Woo.
I think he got two. Okay. I believe that was the third ruse up on the black belt. So that means, barring crits, I believe his and skills, spells, etc. Melee-wise, I believe that black belt is safe.
At this point, I don't think anybody's safe from Kraken.
Honestly, again, giving him a couple of frees
until you've turned Kraken into
terminated.
Turn that down. She goes. Way to go, black belt. Oh,
giving him a couple of free turns and ink, a lit 2. Take that all day compared to 2,000 damage after a fast.
Oh, ay.
But now he's down a member. He's down. The Kraken decided. I don't know. Kraken just must love red because goes for the white mage, goes for the red mage. Doesn't matter. That red mage, he has no more cure force.
Nope. And let's see what Tiamat 2 has. Let's see if we're going to have another glass cannon here. Slow 2, nothing too spectacular yet. And Will did take down, I believe it was Lich, wasn't it?
That was Carry behind the Rob block.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, Lich was Gaia entrance. Yeah, definitely some high absorb, although we have tempers and sabers for days.
And then he got fog staffs on top of that for days and days and days.
Yep, so even if there is a crit that slips through that evasion. Oh, there we go. ROMulysses accepting Will's challenge. And ahead an entire orb at this point. Go ahead, free run in the chamber. Let's see what he can do without that red mage. He has fast, he has temper, he has saber, he has ruse.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh,
the final little bit of disrespect.
Why? Rom, why? Chaos
missed.
Thing.
Chaos just missed. And I believe that was without any ruses, without any...
Ay.
Alright, he's getting...
18
Chaos.
damage.
Chaos
please.
Forgot to eat his Wheaties.
I guess.
Fire 2. Very, very dangerous Fire 2.
Well, I don't know. Black belt missed.
He's got his 3 ruses up. He's going for the zap strats because why not?
Why not?
Sabers, tempers, zaps. Chaos,
Uh,
giving that thief a little tickle, 50 damage. And just
That's a
missing.
pat on
This
the back.
is...
I can't believe what I'm seeing here. The shenanigans can't be over. It's impossible. They can't be over.
2 hits,
Wow.
856. If Chaos
Wow.
wants to extend this, he needs to do something now. 54 damage on the thief is not gonna do it.
No. Oh, I don't know. Let's see.
Continuing stacking those tempers.
Oh, tornado. Oh, no. Some decent low rolls for that. Not too bad.
I believe there was only 1 hit there, so yeah, the evasion is really high on this Chaos.
And
but
terminated. Wow.
Go.
GG, ROMulysses. GG. Wow. And Will is just...
SRL time, 1:32:38. Will already given out the GGs in the SRL room. And Will finally taking down his nemesis with nothing but the black belt up.
Got like 4 levels out of that. Wow. Wow, that was a... That was a heck of a race, to say it nicely. Looks like Will's gonna go to Tiamat here.
And we will see if we can get Rom in here.
Just hoping we see a solo takedown here.
Tiamat, I don't recall Tiamat having anything but Zeus. He's got a bunch of the caster items on his black belt, so he can keep temper and keep fasting. It looks like he's got a ruse up. There's nothing nasty out of Tiamat, just a matter of stacking enough. There we go. Alrighty, give me a moment here. ROMulysses remains undefeated.
Wow.
Rom, tell us about that run.
Wow. GG to Will out there. That was a heck of a race. Early on, when I saw that both Ordeals and Ice Cave were around, I made a gamble to pass them by since they didn't have any incentive items. And I think that was the defining moment for me. And from there on, there was kind of no looking back.
Yeah, I was saying that it would be very tempting with level 1 nuke to head into either of those places and dig up some treasures, dig up some trap tiles, but you and Will both actually did that. You both kind of poked around a little bit, what was it, Elfland a little bit. And
Yeah,
after
Elfland,
that did not pan out, decided to go ahead, keep moving.
Yeah, Elfland and Elf Castle, they were tempting, you know? You could hear the sirens call of, ooh, look, it's Ice Cave, there's treasure chests, and like, ooh, look, it's whatever was in Elfland, there's treasure chests, but nah, you had to keep going, had to keep looking for those key items, and yeah, I think that was the play to make.
Yeah, Ice Cave, when you have Trap Tile Shuffle on, is extremely tempting. There's a lot of different trap tiles in there. And that's one thing that I don't think we really saw. There wasn't really a runaway trap tile here to grind on.
Yeah, that was the one reason I thought about poking my head into Ice Cave, but when I played around with similar flags like these, I never really needed a grind. Like when I did a grind, I'd get up to like the high 30s or low 40s, but once you've got a black belt, if you get them to 32, which you should be able to do with these, that's usually okay. Although, hey, Kraken 2 definitely proved me wrong about that.
Yeah, I don't think many of us, if any, has ever seen a monster hit for over 2,000 damage. That's like we've seen a couple of light warriors hit for over 2,000. Never a fiend.
Yeah, I like that it was saved for the end too, right as I was at that point of like, well, maybe there's a chance, and then like, bam, 2,000 damage, and I was like, okay, game, I get it. Calm down.
Well, for Will, it was the war mech is what worked Will over. I think it took him 3 shots at that war mech. That was definitely a glass cannon.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing too much out of Warmech. What was he packing?
I had Zap, Quad X, and he hit for 8,900 on the melee, so it didn't really matter what script he chose, you were going to get something nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Did Will have any luck finding ribbons? Because man, that was the thing I was sweating about up until the end. I think I even had a go mode with the loot and the key. I knew where all the dungeons were, but I was like, I need one ribbon. I need one darn ribbon to go into Topher.
I don't believe that Will has found one. I think you were the only one that found it. You picked it up, and that gave you a bit of an edge right there.
Will's been in Temple of Fiends, and that was the upper left chest. I think Will has to have one, right?
I don't think he has any.
Oh, did he not check that? Oh,
I don't
man,
think he
yeah,
did.
that was...
No, Rom, you were the only one that got a ribbon. But boy,
it was. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to comment on that Kraken. If you go back and watch the video, you'll see that we got a little excited when we saw Kraken 21 hits for 2,010 damage. We got a little bit excited in the booth.
Yeah, I mean that's not nothing.
No,
that Kraken was hitting the gym and letting me know about it too.
And then your second go round, you saw, because we didn't see it the first time. What were you thinking when you saw him hit fast for on your second go round?
Well, I have my webcam on, so I basically you could see my eyes become dinner plates, like in the old 30s cartoons. And I knew I had fog. I knew I had ruse. I was like, I just need to get, I forget which one of the ducklings it was. Shout out to all the ducklings out there. Huge shout out to Shadowwalker227. If this was my Rocky moment, then he was. I totally forget the coach's name, but he's the guy who's like, Rock, you need to eat gravel and poop gravel too. So shout outs to Shadowwalker227. Shout outs to all the other ducks, Tarnin, Wappy, who's also Team DuckTales. I'm glad to be part of this community. Everyone here is super great, and all of us ducklings, we just got to fly together. So hopefully you can use this as some inspiration to tackle some of these old hands too, because every once in a while, Kraken doesn't hit you for 2,000 damage.
Yeah, WillCleosis started that new player showcase, and Moist Magwe picked that up and is running with it. She is Mama Duck. She has her ducklings, getting them up to speed, showing them that even like Rom. When did you join the community? Because I don't even think you were here at the beginning of the tournament, were you?
So I've been watching the VODs on YouTube actually for about a year or so. And then at the beginning of the summer, I had, a lot of time on my hands. And so I downloaded the randomizer, started playing a few, and joined the Discord, I think, probably in early June, maybe late June, somewhere in there. And just very slowly dipped my toe in the water. And then I was like, oh, okay. And, in WillCleosis' famous words, the water was fine. And I just did a cannonball and haven't looked back.
Yeah, far and away #1 SRL. And to anyone out there that's seeing this and liking this, Rom just said it. We don't bite too often. Go ahead, join us on the Discord, FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. I joined a little bit before the tournament. The guys there have been nothing but awesome and welcoming and helpful. And Lyricy Will disrespecting Carrie. He's about to go ahead and find Kraken Honda.
Oh yeah.
Oh, has he not been to Kraken 2 yet?
No.
Nope, he is just about.
Oh, that poor soul.
He had 2 orbs when you were entering into Topher.
I got
Yeah, he beat his head against the war mech. He lost twice. Finally, the third time, he was able to squeeze out with just his black belt.
Yeah, I think I saw the war mech. I knew where the last temple. I knew where the last fiend was, but I still didn't know where Topher was. So I was like, okay, there's no reason for me to take this fight now. Still look around, still look for that ribbon, get that black belt up, have him eat his Wheaties, and try and come back here.
And
Yeah, we
got-
did see that.
Oh, man.
Man, this Kraken this is a joy to
is
behold.
something else.
As a commentator, it's a joy to behold.
Well, Will hit him for like 700, 800, 900, and down she goes.
Yeah,
No trouble at all. Just
it was hard to
slap
blitz
Sonny
this
around.
Kraken 2 down. You had to be prepared, and boy, yeah, Will showing his muscles here.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Skating right by. That's kind of redemption for Warmech being such a pain.
And it took his black mage down. That's not too big of a deal. There was fasts and tempers and sabers for days.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Will class changed. Did he manage to find life or life 2 anywhere?
No, that's the one. I guess he did because the black
Well,
belt
he had to have
did eat
found
it.
one. Yeah, black belt's back up. Oh, it was life 2. Thank
There
you,
you go,
Shadow
yep.
Walker. I don't even think I saw it in any of the magic shops. Down goes the black mage again. I love the black mage.
Absorb.
I love the black mage sprite when they're dead because it looks like they're in the middle of tripping and falling down. You ever notice that?
I will never unsee that now. Thanks.
Good. It just looks like it's like mid-fall. Oh, and here
Yeah.
we go.
Level 5 here. It's level 5. All right,
Okay.
Will, getting ready to pull the wet noodle that is our chaos tonight. You're like, all right, gatekeeper
Chaos
time,
hit you
and the
for
first
50?
hit missed.
It was like
Oh
for-
no!
Yeah, the first hit missed, and then chaos hit for 50 and like a 20 and just nothing. Origami chaos even.
You know, I didn't mind. I'll tell you that right now. Not sure Will is going to either.
Probably not. He'll probably be pretty happy that it's not too tough.
That's the other thing was we saw a nuclear on Lich 1. We didn't see anything else nasty, I don't think,
Mm-mm.
out of the revisit. So that Tiamat
No.
and that chaos were.
Oh, we
Could have
saw
been
this
dangerous.
tornado, but that tornado barely even hurt him.
All right, Will taking a little bit of time, but we all know just get those fogs up. We don't even need the fogs really. Get the sabers up because that was the only story about this chaos was he was hard as heck to hit.
Well, but see, we have an advantage. We know what chaos has. He doesn't.
Oh, there's a. We didn't. I don't think you saw
No.
that nuclear.
I don't think
I
so.
definitely did not.
Yeah, so I mean, just between Warmech and
Well,
now
that was a-
Chaos, bringing the teeth out
No
on Will's
kidding.
side.
Yeah,
Nuke
very-
386.
Very interesting to see how this has gone. Rom, you just stated right by Warmech. You know, he had a couple of troubles, and other than you running into that chaos too, or excuse me, Kraken too, really not too much. But still a
Yeah.
much different run.
Yeah, it looks like it. I think the main difference here is the thief versus the fighter. The thief just had me running everywhere, and I'd be interested. I'll probably watch this back and see how much different Will plays. Oh, Fire 3! Oh my goodness gracious!
Ink's a free run. Well, they'll take that.
Oh, and he gets
Oh.
ink on the black belt.
Wow.
Will is just
these-
going. Will's going full bore ahead. He
This
has
is a-
Cure 4s and he's not using them.
this is- Terminated. Finally. There we
Terminated.
go.
Wow.
145.09. Wow. What a two totally different fights. And now we're gonna get Will in here.
All right, let me turn my audio up here real quick.
Wow, what a heck of a race. GG, ROMulysses. Way to go for a new player show out, man. Way to go.
Again, I just want to say hi to all those ducklings. We're all in the same pack. There's Leggy Starscream, there's Girl Drink Drunk, there's Elastoid Cirque, there's Spider MBI. These people are all hyper competitive, all great racers, finishing within a few minutes of me, of each other. It's this whole pack that I think, I don't know, I think the old guard, might want to keep a lookout for all these names here.
Mr. WillCleosis, we have you in the booth with us finally. Sir, talk to us. That was a heck of a race, man.
Alflin behind the chime?
Yep.
Had to have been.
Elflin. Let's see here. I have my notes, but I don't know where.
Yeah, Elflin was behind Mirage. That's
Yes,
correct.
Was that behind the chime? Where was the chime?
Chime was loose in the. Was that the armory?
Yeah, it was in the armory.
Yes, Chime was in the armory.
I don't even remember seeing the armory.
So Will, what'd you think about that Warmech?
Yeah, he got me, what, 4 or 5 times? I really thought I could get him with the fast, and I couldn't get to the tempers because I had 0 ribbons. And when we hit the hour mark, I thought I had most of the game figured out, and I kind of did. I wasn't sure where Carrie was. I was hoping that the incentivized volcano was the chime because I'd figured it was probably Elfland or Carrie. But finding Carrie led to that, but it was just the canal. It was a little bit tougher than I thought. Usually I finish a little bit sooner, but GG's ROMulysses, that guy's on an absolute tear, and that's why this match happened. And this guy's one heck of a player.
Yeah, that Warmech worked you over. Kraken 2 paid Rom back a couple times, or once. Hit him for over 2,000 damage to end his first overdrive. What was your thinking? Because I know that you went twice to Ordeals, Will. Was that just because the knight ended up taking a dirt nap and you wanted to get him back up?
The other split. At that point, I was missing Carrie. I was missing Matoya. I was missing like Elfland Castle or something, and so I had to go back there and get that off the list because I didn't want to go back. And I forget what was there. I think it was Elfland Castle.
Yeah, left was Elfland Castle,
Yeah.
Cube, and Cube was Temple. Led to Temple of Fiends, which you were so close to a ribbon. You have no idea. Top left, Temple of Fiends.
Was it? Yeah, and that was me moving too fast, knowing the type of caliber player I was up against. And I went left in Temple of Fiends, and I was like, you know what? This guy's really good. And I had to stall a little bit of the middle game, moving around way too much. And I'm just going to go for it. Maybe the princess will give me the chime. Hopefully that's Elfland. And it didn't work out for that part.
That was a heck of a race, you guys. That was really, really good. You guys made some good moves. You guys were on the same track for the first bit of the race, and then I do believe it was ROMulysses that did make a little bit of a change. He just went right by the ice cave and decided he wasn't going to get in there. I believe it was the ice cave.
Yeah, Will, you dug ice cave, correct?
Nope, no ice cave, no ordeals.
Okay.
Whenever I play a match like this, I was trying to skip Lefane. I always try to skip 2 places like altogether, and I almost don't even go there. This time it was Lefane, which ended up being Matoya's. I think I got something on the way. Tail, I think it was. And Ice Cave and Ordeals were the 2 that I was definitely going to do last if I needed it.
Yeah, that's one thing we were talking about is with Trap Tile Shuffle. Ice Cave looks really good on paper with Trap Tile Shuffle, especially since there was nothing really. There was no one trap tile. You're like, yep, this is it. This is what I'm going to use.
Yeah, it would have been the Blue Dragons in the Marsh Cave.
Yeah, those were pretty beefy.
Yeah. I figured, knowing the Mystic Key was required after I got the key, I was hoping my opponent would maybe gotten there early and would run into trouble there because I just barely squeaked through.
Yeah, those things were a lot nastier. I don't know who was raising those lizards, but they did too good of a job.
Well, based on how you're playing, I think maybe Moist Mogwai was raising those dragons.
Yeah, and those bad men were something else too this time. Normally, well, I guess we see them kind of nasty, but they weren't very pleasant this race.
Yeah, they got me early.
That might have been what started to give Rom the initial edge. Was I think, Will, you were in the 8 or 9 levels give or take. I think Rom was in the mid-teens. He had a definite advantage early on, being able to explore and being able to survive, getting through those, just getting through those floors.
Yeah, I had the encounter taper pretty figured out, so I was able to utilize that fairly well, at least I think, and for what it is that I play. And I kept hitting the bad men, and I did it like 2 times by accident because I thought it was the eye, and I would nuke him, get out, save, nuke him again, get out and save, and that would get me to the teens, but it didn't work.
Yeah, for me at least, there wasn't really a period where I just like got 5 or 10 levels real quick. It was just kind of this slow, inexorable grind up and up. And I think I really started sweating. Will, I don't know about you, but there was one dungeon, I think it ended up leading to Sarda, that was just like floor after floor after floor after floor, and like no warp, no exit. And I was like, when is this going to end? What's happening to my life?
Yeah, I don't even remember. Did I see Sarda? What did Sarda have? Crystal or something?
I wasn't too happy when I saw it. I think it was
Oh,
Mazmoon.
No, it was something.
Opal bracelet,
Yes,
I believe.
yes, you're right.
Opal bracelet.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Demon.
I never even saw that. I really thought I was having a good game. And
I want to. If memory serves, I think that the armory floor led to Sarda. It may have been a floor or two below, but I think if you missed on the armory, I think you also missed out on Sarda. Memory
yeah,
serves.
I never saw that either.
Yeah, they both weren't required, but I think there was a little bit like the opal bracelet surely was handy just to have for comfort's sake. You can just kind of hold it and feel better. I don't remember what level 3 or 4 magic was. I think I picked up Brack there because you never know when those Brack strats are going to come out.
Exit or warp there? I never saw either.
Warp
I
was
saw
level
exit.
3.
Of
Exit was
course.
level 7.
Yeah, exit was 7 in the on-rack, and it was not red wizard learnable. By the time the value of exit had gone down, by the time that I would have.
Yeah, Rama ended up getting warp. I don't know that late enough that I don't think that warp honestly made much of a difference for him either.
I think they used it 2-3 times, maybe.
Yeah, I think I was exploring the last of one of the Zardia Isles, and I was able to warp around a little bit. I think it was when I got to the marsh split, wherever that was, or the sea split, excuse me. Warp came in handy a little bit there.
And one other thing, Rom, I did want to bring up to you as well. We all saw your not so cute little move right in front of Chaos. We all saw that.
I don't know.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. You dropped the Vorpal, man.
Oh,
tactical error.
I mean, I know you were trying to drop that iron thing or whatever that other thing was in there. I know that's what you were trying to do.
Sure.
Slip of the finger. Slip of the finger.
Yeah, it must have been in a fugue state for a few seconds or something. I have no memory of this whatsoever. Shocking.
That was also part of my problem. I could not find my preferred endgame weapon, the Vorpal Blade, the Game Changer. I never saw that either.
Well, Rom got it, but I don't know where he got it from. But then he didn't have it for long because I guess he wanted to just leave that for Chaos for the afterlife. Give him a little something to do, I guess.
Yeah, just like the Egyptians, bury them with their most prized possessions.
Oh, there you go. See, so we turned something that was a little silly into something very honorable. I like that. That was pretty funny.
All right, well, we'll start with Will. Any final thoughts on this seed, on this matchup?
Fellas, I'd like to thank you for commentating. Demon Frog, Mr. Versetti, always a pleasure. Minochi85, take care of the restream, and definitely my opponent tonight, ROMulysses. Thank you for accepting the challenge, and congratulations to you. You're going to be you're going to kick some butt, and certainly Randomania for bringing us on tonight and putting on a show. And an absolute pleasure to play Rom. He's going to be real good, guys.
All right, and a thank you to Randomania for hosting us tonight. We have our trackers because when you're doing floor shuffle, you need 2 of them. Sawney Wrath 11, Shadow Walker 227 in chat, doing a great job catching the stuff that we missed. My co-commentator tonight, Mr. Versetti. Give everybody a follow. I am Demon Frog. Thank you and good night.